As we see out the final stages of this Australia Day long weekend, I cannot help but think too many Aussies lose sight of what we have in this country. Australia Day is such a fabulous time of the year. The weather's usually spot on, the vibe is contagious, and when you remind yourself of what a wonderful country we live in, it only compounds the excitement of the day and of the weekend. And how good is it to see so many grateful Australians sharing that emotion? So proud to be Australia, so proud to fly our flag. Except, of course, the usual boring suspects with chips the size of trees on their shoulders. I paid close attention to this yesterday. I was working on radio and I watched most of what was going on. Firstly, if you were keen to see what activities were on during the day, Australia Day, you could go to the Sydney Morning Herald, where they compiled a list with both the Australia Day and Invasion Day events. How helpful is that? The ABC online too attracted attention by saying whether it's Australia Day or Invasion Day, you'll be marking this January 26. There are a huge number of events in every city you can attend. What sad sacks they are. By mid-morning, when word spread of who was awarded what in the Australia Day honours, the vile lefty haters came out, had a project to work with, because the woman with forthright views on gender equality, Bettina Arndt, had been made a member for the Order of Australia for significant service to the community as a social commentator and to gender equity through advocacy to men. Has she what? Well, how dare the Australia Council be so even-handed? How dare they be so fair? Especially to someone who thought that some men did it tough through divorce and custody battles. The bile has been palpable. Rosie Batty called it sickening. Women's rights campaigner Van Batten called it vile, the fact that she had received the award, not the fact that she was copying it. Other social media trolls called it inexplicable and appalling. You see, the narrative is that only women are victims of divorce and custody battles. We all know that that is not true. So Bettina is the devil incarnate. Meanwhile, Greens MP Adam Bandt got his jollies on Australia Day, protesting in Melbourne over the fact that this was Invasion Day and needed to change. And of course in Sydney, similar sentiments when the Invasion Day march got underway there as well. So many children joined the march, if you were watching some of the vision. So much division between black and white Australians. How can that be constructive for the future of those kids who turned up? That to me is somewhat sad. And down at Farm Cove, where the first fleet anchored some 232 years ago this weekend, rows and rows of flags flew proudly. The Aboriginal flag, that is. There was obviously no thought given to maybe sprinkling a bit of goodwill along the shoreline with the occasional Australian flag spiked between each of the others. Why would we want to do that, huh? Australia Day. I know what it represents. It's the day white and black teamed up in 1788 to originally and peacefully build a new, productive, lawful, united community. Those were certainly the orders from London, if you read your history. And it was respected by Governor Arthur Phillip until he passed. Yes, there were clashes, there was bloodshed and mistakes made, major mistakes. But there's been sorrow expressed, an apology and a massive reconciliation. The fact is, in such a short space of time, Australia has become a first world country, always punching above its weight in medicine, science, the arts, sport, innovation, multiculturalism, and in so many other fields. Isn't that worth celebrating? Maybe one day, when we grow up, we could do that as one.